The world of Elemental is devastated, broken by a war of magic. Scattered across the desolation are channelers, beings capable of accessing the shards and the magic they contain. This ability has made them mighty sovereigns of the kingdoms and empires who seek to spread their dominion across the world. The world, however, will not be conquered easily. The Cataclysm has awakened ancient powers who claim vast wildlands across the world. Before the channelers can conquer each other, they must first conquer the land itself.
Hello, I am Gambit017, and as the screen said, welcome to Fallen Enchantress, Legendary Heroes. This is a game that was actually gifted to me, so thank you to the person who gifted it to me. If you want me to mention who you are, let me know. And I figured, you know, everything else that I'd done is either on a hiatus for a little bit, or just finished up. So I figured I'd give this a shot. This is probably going to be a very, very long series, mainly because it is a turn-based strategy game. We'll hop into it here. I've actually created my own character. I've been playing around with this off camera, having fun. So the backstory goes here. Make it good. Whoops, my bad. So I should have just said about Let's Play. That would have been funny. Anyway. So here I am, and it kind of, what really drives me to this game is it reminds me of some of the older games I used to play, along the lines of the original Warlords game. There's other games kind of like it. I can't think of any off the top of my head, but it reminds me of those type of games. So I'm going to go with a very small, small map right now. Frozen Dragon. Or Fallen Dragon, that's fine. Well, that's all. Or do I want to do a random map? Let's generate a random map, shall we? How about Enchantress training? Yeah, I like mounting this because it can break it off. So we'll see. Wildlife is really everything's gonna kind of be balanced and default. World difficulty is novice because I like playing things on easy mode because I like winning. I mean, monster frequency sparse. Pacing normal, magic strength moderate, dense resources, so lots of resources, and no random events. So let's see who opposes me. I'm going to customize my opponents. Just make sure everything's still novice, yep. So Queen Porcupine, Magnar, and Kulan will be my opponents. And we're all going to be fighting for the same land. So let's hop right into it, and we'll kind of go over some gameplay mechanics as we go. Some of the controls in this game are a little suspect. It makes me difficult to control sometimes, but so here we go. Here's our little intro. Far beneath the withered plains of the world, Lord Gambit017 discovers his call to do far greater things than dig. A mining expedition on the eastern side of the Scarps has Lord Gambit017 and a dozen others trolling for years. With no family, home, or drive to adventure, the humble miner spent long days digging downwards and restful nights under the sky gazing upwards. One morning, as he stirred the dust hung heavily in the small tunnel, Lord Gambit017 uncovered a relic of the Cataclysm. Accidentally touching the innocuous crystal, visions that pierced his mind of dusty waves brought to life by his touch. From that day, Lord Gambit017 worked to discover himself and the great powers beheld in that vision. So that's kind of my basic backstory. I am of the Kingdom of the Scots, and I have a couple things. I can't craft any armor on leather, but I can still put on other armor if I find it. I'm an archer because I love archers. All my units have plus 25 to dodge and plus 25 to accuracy. Very helpful. I have no movement penalties, and I have the training technology, which allows me to construct barracks, which is all well and good. So this is my little starter army. I got 2 bandits, a spearman, a militia, and then of course myself. You'll notice that I've kind of, this little starting area I'm in, the tiles, some of them have these little resources on them. Those are where I can build cities. These tiles that don't have resources, I can't really build a city there because there's nothing to build a city out of. The resources do different things. The green one's grain, it's basically food. The orange, brownish is materials. And then the blue here is mana. Again, the higher the number, the better off things are. I'm actually going to, I think, go here and build the kingdom. A kingdom arises. The moment has come. The moment all your travels, all your battles, all your years of study and swordplay have led to. The founding of Urbazo, the capital of the kingdom of the Scots. Now your story in the story of the Scots, the few who follow you now, the legions who will flock to your banners in days and weeks to come, truly begins. Okay. Anyway, first things first. Rename this dang city. I'm not calling it Urbazu. We'll call it Scotland, because it's the kingdom of the Scots, right? There we go. Anywho, so my lovely army here. I'm actually going to take these 3 guys out, and there's a good reason for that in a minute. Let's go pick up that treasure. That little green thing right there means that there's treasure there. So I can go pick it up with my hero, or my champion as they're called in this game. These guys, I'm going to separate them out into a pack, but they can't really move right now, so I'll have to wait to be separated next turn. And then my lovely little city here. It starts out as a small little city. You see it's just kind of more like an encampment at the current moment. However, I can build a couple things, different things I can do with the city. I can raise it. I'm not going to rename it. Details, which will show me all the details on it. We'll go over to this. I can train, which is to train armies. Or I can build, which is to build stuff, other buildings off of it. First thing I always build is a monument, mainly because it gives me zone of control +1. This nice little ring around my city, that's my zone of control. Zone of control +1 extends that ring by 1 grid line. So that's always the first thing I build. I should auto end the turn. Yep. So now I can set a research path. 3 different paths. You got civilization, which you can see kind of what everything entails. It kind of gives you stuff that you can unlock. Warfare, and then of course magic. So I want to actually go with warfare first and try to get up to mounted warfare. It says it's going to take me 79 turns. It actually won't, because I'll grow bigger between now and then and get stuff done. So let's go to the details of my city real fast. You see right now my city's got a population of 32 people. Unrest. Unrest is something in this game. It's a lot like in, I think, Endless Space that I've played. I've not played it on camera, but it's another game I play outside of this. Where if your unrest is too high, your production goes down. If the people are unhappy, they don't want to do stuff. It's as simple as that. So right now my unrest is high because my taxes are causing this to go up, and then the city court or city count penalty, which can I have 1 city, so the unrest goes up. The more cities you have, the more unrest there is. So growth is 2. I've got a moderate food surplus of 234%, so I'm growing 2 people per season. I'm getting +3 grain a season, +3 materials, and +1 essence per season. It's a season is a turn basically, and then I am producing 0.6 of a gold each turn. I'm producing 0.8 research, which is 1 for the village but minus 0.2 for the unrest. I'm producing no mana. I'm getting +75 grain per turn, but minus 32 for the population. And then, so it's a 43 plus. In the production, I'm getting 18.2 per turn. And this will tell me if I have any improvements, which the monument will show up once it's done down here. Anyway, the rest of these guys are going to go explore. And exploring, basically, they'll just start wandering around wherever they need to. And then you guys are going to go defend the city. Beneath the feet of the once great warrior, you find valuable item. Okay, I found a friendly enemy dances with the confines. Bottle of fire, I can basically toss it at an enemy. Yippee hurrah, hooray. Ooh, there's more treasure over here. So I'm going to run over there and see if we can't get that treasure. Like, we're kind of on a small little peninsula-ish thing. So that's kind of cool. And then this little scroll here means I can get a quest there if I wanted to, which I don't really want to right now. So we're going to continue on our way to pick that up, as there's a quest there as well. Oh, look, construction of Scotland's monument is done. It gives you my city events. So right now there's no construction here. My monument is done, so next turn I believe my zone will increase, which will include this clay pit. And I can build it. So what I want to do is get a merchant building, so it only takes 4 turns. Well, lower the ours, it'll give me some more gold per turn. Anyway, let's go back to you. Oh, there we go. See, my zone of influence increased, and now the nearby clay pit is now within our control. So we can build to add material. Alright. There we go. Telescope is used to see great distances. Gives me +1 sight. We'll take it. Alright. A weak, easy quest. Shall we go ahead and take a quest? Yeah, I think we shall. So let's go ahead and hop on there. Inside the inn is a frightened man. Seeing you, he says, "My lord, Brentis the Tenebrous has taken over my workshop. If you can take care of him, I'll give you the enchanted shield." That does me absolutely no good. I'll take it anyway, though. Move to Darkling Threat. So there they are. They're in the terrorized workshop. So yeah, I guess let's go ahead and go into battle. Because that's what this is. This is a battle. Attack the Darklings. So there are 3 Darklings. There's 2 sets of 3. They have 7 hit points. And then 1 Brentis the Terrible. So this is the battle screen. You see it's kind of like, it's still the grid layout. You start random places. I have 2 units. I have myself, Gamma 017, and my Spearman. And then they've got 2 Darklings and then the main guy himself. Down here is stuff I can do. Now individual units have different abilities. My unit right here has Impale, which is basically he strikes the attack and hits both the person in front and behind. And Rush, which is basically takes an extra action. So we're actually going to use Rush this turn. You'll see why here in a second. We'll move up to there. Actually, I'm not going to use Rush. I'm just going to go ahead and straight attack him. And we got him for 4 damage. His attacks. Now, when you see how this guy attacked as well, when you have characters who are side by side, they can increase the amount of attack. Basically, they attack together. You see, I just shot an arrow and killed him. Oh, another Darkling. So we're going to come forward and try to kill him real fast. There we go. And he should die as well because of the summoning. Yep. But now it's my Spearman and myself against them. And look, I killed 2 of them in 1 shot and killed the 3rd. Alrighty. So we won! And we leveled up, and the Spearman almost leveled up. The Spearman also almost died. This is your victory screen. You see your army and his army. If you got more people, you can scroll down. I got 12 Gildar, which is gold, from this battle. Or I can go into details and see. He cast Shrink on me. It didn't work. I completely resist Bird's Shrink. Darkling is hit by Spearman's attack for 4 damage. Spearman is hit by Darkling's attack for 4 and then 5. Lord Gambit strikes Darkling for 5 points of damage. Darkling falls. He casts something Darkling, then he gets hit by Spearman and falls. Spearman is hit by Darkling attack for 7. Gambit hits the Darkling for 5. Darkling is hit by Spearman's attack for 3. Darkling falls. The attacking forces are victorious. Basically, it's just a rundown of what happened. Alright, so here's the fun part. I can select my path. And the path will determine what traits are available when I gain levels. Choose carefully for this unit's path will be for the rest of the game. I can be the assassin, which unlocks traits that improve critical hits. I can be a defender, which unlocks traits that enable defensive and adds 1 hit point per level, and allows you to wear chainmail. I'd be a commander, which unlocks traits that improve economy and growth, and minus 15% unrest if the unit is in a city. I never keep my champions in a city, so that really doesn't matter to me. A mage, which unlocks traits that improve spell casting, and minus 25% mana cost. And warrior, which unlocks traits that improve attack. I actually like going for the assassin, personally, especially with my archer. I can get the shield, which is 6 defense, plus 8 spell resist, plus 15 defense when defending. Or I can take 50 metal. I actually don't want the shield. I'm going to take the 50 metal. So, and my fame went up to 10. I hit a fame milestone. And you'll see why this is important in a second. There it is. Champions available. Anytime you hit a fame milestone, your fame grows far and wide, and another legendary hero joins your cause. You get to choose between two. I can choose between Hennis and Iriel. Hennis says, none under my charge will fall. She's an Earth Apprentice, which means she has these spells, Aura of Might, Enchanted Hammers, and Nature's Cloak. And she's of Iron Blood, which tactical skills cost 50% more, but it's plus 30 resistance and plus 1 hit point per level. And Guard, which means adds your defense is added to your allies and is cast during defensive mode. Or I can take Iriel here, who pain and injury flee from my touch like shadows before dawn. Allow my service, I will restore strength to you and your men. He's got heal. It's a good thing. Heal is glyph of life and aura of vitality, and it is also of Armerian blood. Plus dodge, plus 1 initiative, plus 1 spell mastery, plus 1 spell resistance, and soul spark. I'm actually going to recruit Iriel here. Now you see he kind of bows and comes next to me. And we're going to join up forces. And then head this way. So I want to see if we're on the peninsula, and we are. Oh, the merchant's done. So you see I automatically started working on the clay quarry that was within my reach here. What I want to do is I'm going to get a couple pioneers training. Well, just one right now, looks like, 'cause that's all I have. Meanwhile, you're going to head down here, because I want to build an outpost. Ooh, probably like right here. Just because we need 2 eventually. Probably 3 eventually. But for right now, we'll go there. Alright. Ooh, Banshee's army. Wow. You'll see something. You see how on the Banshee's army it says medium. That's their kind of their skill. I see right now I'm weak because I'm by myself. He's medium. And other enemies would be more. There's area to build a settlement down here. I might actually do that first. Go down here, build a settlement, especially if this ends up being a peninsula. Have 2 peninsulas where I can kind of defend from. That'd be cool. Anyway, we're going to go here. Beneath the feet, you find a valuable item. It's a practice sword. It's plus 12. It's 12 attack, plus 1 counter attack. I am going to... Right now you're using just a staff. And you have a wellspring skull. I'm going to give you the sword and actually equip it. And there we go. Sorry, I thought I had to sneeze. We'll come over. I have a fireball scroll. Hold on to that for right now. And now, we'll head here and see what this quest is all about. Noble location unavailable. We must have started on a quest location with somebody. Yeah, down here. That's not a peninsula. That goes down. Interesting. Okay. So anyway, the clay quarry is going to be done next turn. It should pop up here in the city events. Yep, and now it's working on the pioneer. So once the pioneer's done, you're a stranger here. Kilan will judge you. Uh-oh. We have met one of our opposing factions right there, Umber. He is literally right here. And there's his Oh, those are monsters. That's not his. Anyway, so there's his first outpost. I'm actually tempted to go try to take him out now. Probably wouldn't be a wise idea. I don't think I'm strong enough to. But it would sure as heck make this video fun. Let's get this quest and finish it, then we'll make the decision on that. Now, yeah, you can scroll out in this. You see I've got the kind of the whole map scrolled in, and then it tells you see the blue pieces are my people, the stars being my champions, and the circles being just regular people, and then that's an enemy you can see. And I can actually move them around in this screen if I wanted to, but I really don't want to. The knights moved towards, no, the knights moved off. Hopefully my bandit keeps away from them. So let's see what this quest is. They'll give me a battle axe, which is pretty nice. A woman stands unmoving outside her small home. It isn't until you get closer you realize she's standing at a crude grave. She doesn't say anything at your approach and for a few long minutes after. Then she spits on the grave and turns towards you. What have you come to take? I have nothing left, she demands. I'm sorry for your loss, you say. Her eyes go vacant again, then she snaps back. When she notices you eyeing the grave, she says, I didn't know this one. 3 men, creatures, came into my house and attacked my husband, Neville. He was a straw man once, able to take branches off an oak tree with one swing of his axe, but that was years ago. She grows quiet before continuing. They came for him, not for the few pieces of gold we keep in the butter jar, not for our chickens or our noodling pigs. They killed him right here, and when they did, 1 of 3 fell down and died right here beside him, even though he hadn't been struck. The other 2 carried Neville's body away, but left the dead one. I don't understand. I can avenge your husband, or I'm too busy for this. I'm going to avenge her husband. Explored a butcherman's lair. So basically, I need to go here. And there's an army there. I really probably don't want to fight right now. That's a medium. You said this was an easy quest. You bastard. Well, quests will show up there too. So I'm actually going to head to there and pick up that lovely little item. A message from Knights of Azek. I seek anyone who can challenge my strength. You will do until they arrive. Basically, they're next to my bandit, who's trying to avoid them, hopefully. You can see up here, you have your units, your cities. You can kind of, the city, the little bar there shows you how far along it is in its production of whatever it's building. And then your units you can click on, and it tells you kind of which ones they are, how they are. Then treasury, research, metal, fame, and mana. And then the season. And options. So, all that being said, how far back does this go? That's still going back. Ooh. That could be fun. Anyway, we're going to continue on here. I think I'm going to stop this recording here in a little bit. My guys are all exploring, so I'm okay with that. Oh, training for a pioneer is done in Scotland. So we're going to come... I actually think I want to build it right here if I can. That way the everything's already within. Oh, there's some fire shrills. And a dragon statue. Let's not take that quest yet. Training is already done for them. So they're good. Oh, Scotland has no construction. My bad. Can I get another pioneer? I can. Train them. Thank you. So in 5 turns I'll another pioneer, and I can kind of scoot this way and grab an outpost. And we'll kind of stop it there, I think. When we come back, we will take a look at some of the other things we can do. Till next time, thanks so much. Take care.